Introduction to EasyCount. This is an introduction to EasyCount. What is EasyCount and what is it for? Well, EasyCount is a macro-enabled Excel workbook specifically designed to keep track of expenditures at the program implementation level within the ICRC. It cannot be used by other organizations as it follows the accounting standards currently in place in the ICRC, which may be quite different from those used by other organizations. Therefore, it is very specific and private. It is meant to be used by delegates who make many frequent payments every month, from tens up to 1,000, and for those who need to keep track of their expenditures according to account numbers and cost centers. Is its use obligatory? No, it is not. This is just a software that I developed to make my life easy. I am just proposing it to the ICRC community, as I am sure that others are also facing similar difficulties in the field. In the beginning, it was based on sheet formulas, which made it very difficult for any successor to modify when needed, and moreover it was practically impossible to expect others to copy the system to use it in other contexts and other types of programs. So I radically revised the workbook and converted many formulas and validation rules into Visual Basic VBA, which is Visual Basic for Applications Programming. This has increased functionality and excludes any need from the user to have deep knowledge of Excel sheet formulas or VBA programming. All you need to do is fill in the settings at the beginning of the year and enjoy using the file throughout the year. The file includes many warning messages and additional functionalities that would reduce the chances of making entry mistakes. And who should use this file? Well, as I said before, this workbook is for those delegates who make a lot of payments in a month, especially for those whose expenditures go under several account numbers and cost centers, or if there are several types of payments, even if under a single account number, that need to be disaggregated for follow-up and reporting purposes. It is not meant to be used in case you have just a few payments a month, or all your expenditures go under a single account number and cost center. In the former case, when you have just a few payments a month, it will be meaningless to use this workbook, and in fact you will have to learn a few tricks to still be able to use it with very limited entries. But even if all your expenditures go under a single account number and cost center, as I said before, if you still have too many separate payments and need to disaggregate them, then EasyCount is for you. For example, this file may be useful for health programs where there are lots of small expenditures on travel costs, transportation, donations of medical as well as non-medical items, salary payments, incentives, etc. All of these go under various account numbers, and if you would be also responsible for another site, like an outpost or an office under the care of your site, it may as well have a different cost center. Other programs that are likely to benefit from such a file to keep track of their expenditures, I think, would be EcoSec, WhatHab, Cooperation, etc. The choice is not limited. The criteria for usefulness for this file is to have lots of payments and several account numbers and cost centers. Well, why should I use EasyCount? If you want to be able to know how much you have spent under each account number and cost center at any time, whether in a month, a quarter, mid-year, or annual, or any other non-standard time interval, then I propose you revise this file and see how it will fit your purpose. Besides, by disaggregating your expenditure types under an account, you will always know the details per type of expenditure under that account. Why should you care for so much detail? Well, first of all, it's always nice to have the answer ready when your superior asks for it. It's more professional. Also, you are responsible for your budget lines and the implementation rate, so surely you do not want to end up accidentally overspending or getting lost in the middle not knowing how much exactly you have spent so far and how much you have yet room to go. But you already get monthly expenditure reports from the accounting department. Why should you double your work? Well, making a single line entry whenever you spend is not that much of additional work, I think. Yes, you may be getting monthly expenditure reports from the accounting department, but how much time does it take you to extract what you need? First, those reports are monthly, and whenever you need a summary of a certain period, then you have to go all over those files and sum up all the similar items. Now that's what I call additional work. Next, those reports often contain data from other departments as well. So remember that you are not always the only one using a certain account number and cost center, and you will have to go through the details to see which was yours and which wasn't. Well, that's tedious if you have too many expenditure lines. Also, what will you do if you need an answer in the middle of the month? Run to the accountants and put them under pressure? You know, they too are busy and have many other things at hand. It's always better to keep your independence and be the master of your own domain. It is much more reliable and easy to be in control and have the answers in your own pocket. How much time will you need to learn how to use EasyCount? Well, not much really. Watching the following videos will take a bit more than an hour. They cover the major aspects of using the file, how to fill in the settings sheet, and what functionalities and warning messages it has. This will be all you need to start using the file, but there will be other short video clips explaining further details and functionalities, which you may choose to learn later when you are more or less acquainted with EasyCount. These are not really essential to know, but would make you master the file better. There is nothing complicated really. On the contrary, all is made to make accounting easier for you. You do not need to know programming or Excel formulas. All you need to know is how expenditure types are grouped under account numbers and cost centers in the ICRC accounting system, and which ones are valid under your own budget. The rest is easy. Where can you obtain the file from? Why is there no link to download? Well, since this is a workbook which I developed exclusively for the ICRC, it is not available publicly for download. Although there is nothing confidential or institutional in it, I would like to keep it as such. If you want a copy of the template file, then you have to mail me through the institution's mailing system. My name is Arshak Davidyan. It's ARCHAKDAVIDAN. I think it is fairly easy to find. I may either send the file to you or provide you a link on the World Wide Web for you to download from, but note that you do not have the permission to transfer this address to a third person. Now, if I got you interested, go ahead and watch the other video clips. Thank you.